I'm hitting reset.
Don't you dare hit reset. You hit reset, you're banned for life.
I hate this. Joe, do you want to play?
I like being this guy. A zig. A zag. A touchdown. Yeah!
Hey guys, Chris here from Cohesive Friendship Unit. I am with Brian.
What's going on?
And Jeremy.
Hey, yo.
We have some sad news tonight, boys. Virtual Console is not coming to Nintendo Switch, Nintendo says.
Virtual Console is dead. Long live the Virtual Console.
But first, be sure to let us know down below how sad you are. And we love your likes, and if you love us, then give us the sub us. Alright, so basically, here's what happened. A Nintendo rep said the following, quote, "There are currently no plans to bring classic games together under the Virtual Console banner, as has been done on other Nintendo systems." Ouch. Shot through the heart. You're too late.
You're to blame. You give love a bad name.
A bad name, yeah.
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Plastic shit.
You're giving love a bad name. So let's rewind real quick. I want to go over a couple little caveats. So basically this happened more or less day and date with Nintendo unveiling a few more details about their paid online subscription service that will be hitting in September. And here's kind of like the 411 on it, super quick lowdown. Basically for $20 a year, you now have to pay to play Nintendo games online. And that comes with a few little goodies. It comes with sales. It comes with integration with the Nintendo Switch app on your smartphone. And more importantly, though, it comes with the ability to play NES games with enhanced online features. It's going to launch with 20. 10 have been announced. And they said they're going to be adding more at a rapid rate. But I think the most important thing to note is they specifically refer to it as like the NES thing. Like NES. This is for NES games only. So right now, here's how you can get classic Nintendo games. And it's very scatterbrained. You can pay for this service, and yes, you get NES games while you're subscribed to this service where you can download them and play them with online functionality, NES games, which is nice to have, sure. The other option is previously publishers, if you wanted to put something like a Neo Geo game on the Virtual Console, you would have had to go through the Virtual Console. Now you can just throw them in the eShop. So there are Neo Geo games, for example, in the eShop on the Nintendo Switch. And the last thing, or the last way that you can get these classic games would be through physical distribution, or Nintendo has launched their Arcade Archives thing, which is just sitting on the eShop, and their re-releases of arcade cabinet games on the Switch. But right now, those are the only ways to get classic games, and it's very scatterbrained. It's very you have to go one place for NES games, another place for Neo Geo games, and they don't seem to have any plans on putting actual like SNES, N64, GBA, DS, all of which were previously covered, onto this eShop. So here we are. Sad. I am sad.
He's sad.
So Chris,
sad. I mean, there is a fourth way that you didn't mention.
What's the fourth way?
Which would be to go buy an NES or a Neo Geo and some games for it and just play them. Because realistically, neither of those things is that expensive.
Neo Geos are. The point, though, is that I was super hyped to play, like, Link to the Past on my Nintendo Switch. I was super hyped to play, like, Mario Sunshine on my Nintendo Switch. That is seemingly a lost dream.
Yeah, I guess.
Because it's the
he
portability.
was super hyped to
play
play
it on-
Donkey Kong Jungle Beat on the Nintendo Switch.
Yes, I have my bongos, my DK bongos. But no, it really does come down to the portability. Like, it would be really cool to, pay $10 and play Mario Sunshine on the go. For me.
Agreed.
And
Or if you're someone who doesn't own the old consoles, like if I bought a Switch and then I could buy fucking Pokemon Snap for my Switch, you don't think I would play 200 hours of Pokemon
If
Snap?
you just finished Pokemon Switch and, you look on the non-existent and never will exist, RIP, I'm so sad, kill me, Virtual Console, you would find, oh, hey, Pokemon Red, it's like $5. I'm going to pick it up, see where it all started.
Yeah, but, like, Pokemon Red's supposed to be played on a Game Boy. Like, that's integral to the Pokemon Red experience, is playing it on a Game Boy. and like watching the screen go dim as you played it for like 6 or 7 hours and the batteries are starting to go flat now.
I agree, but like you can't always like not everyone has a Game Boy.
Yeah, but like you could get a game. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, Neo Geo is a bad example, but like Nintendo's library, most of the stuff that they're selling is like, oh, this was a favorite from back in the day, and a lot of it, not all of it, and this is changing because I think that the retro market is expanding right now, but a lot of those games are reasonably cheap, and you could just buy a whole NES and the games that you want for it.
I think you'd be surprised, but keep going.
Yeah, so Brian, just for like shits and giggles, I looked up like what an N64 would cost, and like it would be a lot is what it would cost.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna hand you one of these things for like $40 or $50. Like, you have to look around, you have to do your homework, you have to you're gonna have to put stuff together. But if you hunt, like, you can do it at a fairly reasonable price.
Or you could hop on the virtual console store on your Nintendo Switch, which is not coming ever. R.I.P. Kill me. What?
I'm not saying it's a good option, but I'm saying it is an option.
Oh yeah,
there are games that have already been released. They do already exist.
Well, so here's the other thing. Here is the other thing.
You could also do things of dubious legality.
Well, okay,
like
there's
play them on emulators.
Yeah,
which is...
but
shh, we didn't say that.
But here's
emulators are not that bad.
What is our consensus here? Is this because of times are changing? We can get into that conversation later. Or is this because their little plastic boxes are selling like bonkers? And that's no. So Jeremy, you're saying no. Brian's saying yes. So fight, man. I don't know.
My guess. Oh no, Brian, go first.
So do you want to go first? Because I feel like voice crack. Sorry.
You're all good.
I feel like I always jump in. Go ahead.
All right. Well, so my impression or my guess would be that it's partially to force people to buy their fucking stupid online service.
But that's only for NES games.
For now.
You think okay? Even though they called it, you would think that if like to calm people's nerves, they would say we're just gonna put classic games, not NES games.
I don't know. It probably depends. But I think that's probably part of the decision making is that they want to strong arm people to pay $20. They want to change the economic calculus because right now, as you said, if you hunt, you can buy certain shit like through the eShop or through this Arcade Archive things. But like to get that Double Dragon game on Arcade Archives is like $8. So you have to do the calculus of like, do I spend $8 for one game or $20 for 20 NES games and online play and sales? So I think that they're trying to
and integration with the Nintendo Switch app on your Android or iOS device.
Why would you want that to interface with a touchscreen device with another touchscreen device?
We can talk about this in another video because it's super stupid.
It's gonna need another video.
It is, but okay.
The stupidity will take 10 minutes to digest.
So Jeremy, and I think this will segue into Brian.
Well, and then I think Brian's partially right. I think it's not partially right. I think Brian's also right. I think that they're making money on the little boxes, but I think they also want to, push people towards their thingy. But now that's it for me.
How many SNES Minis do you think were sold as of March?
I don't know, a whole fucking lot.
Just take a guess. And remember that they were hard to get.
It really doesn't even matter because there were so few of them that they don't make a lot of money off of it.
Over 4 million.
Oh, for fuck's sake, really?
Yes.
Right, and
4 million at how much a crack? Something like $100.
$80 a crack.
$80 retail. I mean, that's still not a huge money maker for them. They're cheap to manufacture.
That's fucking huge, dude.
Are you fucking huge money maker, dude?
That's
how much
fucking huge.
The chipset and the plastic that they're putting into that thing is costing? That might cost them $25 to manufacture, if that. I would be astonished if that cost $25 to manufacture.
But I agree, and obviously it's money, and like they're happy about that. But I think that probably pales in comparison to Switch money, which is the real money. And I think it's probably less than what you could make off of a virtual store. I think that the little plastic boxes are mostly for marketing.
Okay.
And
okay, Brian,
brands
good.
maintenance.
Shoot up, man.
Before I say that, before I say what I was going to say, I do have a question for you. The hardware in the boxes, does anybody know what that actually is?
Yeah,
emulated, or is it?
It is emulated. So actually, this will help with the R&D cost, Brian. You'll appreciate this. So the NES and the SNES actually use the exact same chipset.
Oh, okay.
100% the same, down to the controller interface and everything. It's 100% identical. Really the only R&D went into recasing the box. Yeah.
And it's a small box, so they're not paying anything to make that. I mean, the mold's complicated, but...
I mean, it's essentially a Raspberry Pi.
So I guess this takes some of the wind out of the sails of what I was going to say, but...
There are licensing fees as well. Now I'm done.
I think that they have a really good kind of sequel thing going on with these boxes. So you could make one it was a special edition that had a certain set of games on it that had a theme or a genre, or it involved, like Mario games or whatever. And you could sell 50 or probably not 50, but you could sell a bunch of different versions of this thing for the cost of just flashing the chip differently when you manufacture it and put it in a box that's painted slightly differently. Like, they have these little things are selling like crazy. People love them. They have a good market, and I think they know that, and they're making way more money, way more profit off of selling those things versus selling virtual downloads in the store.
Well, eShop is
I would be willing to bet.
No, eShop is 100% profit.
That is.
Yeah,
maintaining a server is
server
nothing.
maintenance, yeah, that's it.
It's nothing at all.
Yeah.
So if you sell a game for $5, you're making, $4.90. Yeah. So I mean,
you're not gonna say, oh, I have that one, but I also like this game, but that's on a different one. So now I have to buy another $80 plastic gizmo to get one or two more games that I want.
Right, and it is also
you're getting a whole bunch of stuff that you don't necessarily want. Like, it's cool that it's on there, but it's not what you bought the system for.
I mean, the idea is that the cost per game goes down because you're buying wholesale.
Right, but how many of those games you get? You're not going to play all of the games evenly.
Oh yeah, no,
because some games are just more fun. People enjoy. Yeah.
Some people. So I'm just looking at the box for the SNES.
But
classic,
how many millions of games do you think you could sell in the virtual store at $5 a crack?
Yeah, no, you can sell.
Okay,
more than you make more money selling people the plastic box because they think they're getting something that's worth more.
Perceived value,
but effectively they're not.
But how I feel you because that's exactly right. The buyer is different. If you're buying a game on the virtual store, you're just buying it because you want to play the game. If you're buying the box, it's significantly a collector's market too.
I think it is and it isn't. I think
that collector's thing.
But I think that if they made more of them, people would buy them for their kids.
I think there'd still be the collector aspect, though.
There'd be a collector aspect, but there would be more. Like the things they had when we were kids, that it was like the 20-in-1 or the 50-in-1 thing that you just plugged into the TV and it just worked. You can't, you don't put your credit card number into it. You're not worried about the kid going online on the thing and buying stuff without your permission.
I mean, I think a big part of the allure is to you spend $60 on the NES Mini at least, and you show your kids what you played back in the day. And yeah, it is plug and play. And it's nostalgia. You see that and you're like, oh shit, I remember playing Tecmo Bowl with my dad or whatever. I'm gonna play it with my son.
I never played Tecmo Bowl with my dad because we didn't have an NES.
I also did not play Tecmo Bowl. Jeremy, did you play Tecmo Bowl with your...
you guys have met my dad. Comment, hit me if I tried to play Tecmo Bowl.
Please comment below if you have played Tecmo Bowl with your dad. But okay, let's talk about the kind of the times are changing argument where I think so. The Virtual Console was unveiled in 2006, or at least it went live in 2006, I believe. So that was kind of a time when the iTunes model of you buy the song and you own the song was kind of the way to do things. And now really shifted into these like subscription services like Hulu, Netflix, Spotify. All Apple Music now is way bigger than Spotify or than iTunes. So could they be like ramping up for a potential Netflix service on these classic things? Or is this like how are they going to restructure? Because they already have classic games on the Switch. I think we're going to continue to see them integrate in some way. Is that a possibility? Like a Netflix, and you wouldn't necessarily stream the game. You would pay for the library, and you could download them as long. It's like when you download
like
things offline on
rental.
Spotify. Yeah.
No, I think they would have just called that the virtual store.
You think that? Well, so okay, you think
Or
it wouldn't just be a
virtual
rebrand?
console. It makes
That's what I
a
meant, yeah,
hell of
yeah.
a lot more sense to call that virtual console
That's what I
because
meant.
that's effectively what it is.
So you don't see this coming
No.
in this.
I see it as coming. I think that that's the way everybody's going. But remember,
Not right
kids. Remember, kids. You can't spell paid online subscription service without POS because that's fundamentally what they all are. I mean, like, if you buy something, you should own it. In my opinion, music I can kind of get because, you know, I've bought songs that I only listened to once, but you know, video games, I can see the aspect of the appeal of having a rental service maybe where you own it for 90 days and then you return it like a Blockbuster or a West Coast Video like we used to have back in the day. But I think that there's a lot of money to be made in the subscription service thing because Netflix has kind of gotten people used to it and pretty much everybody's doing it now.
Think of how many people sign up and forget. You know,
I think it's a very different thing though because Netflix and Hulu are an alternative to fucking cable TV, which is huge monopoly, unfathomably expensive bullshit.
so is collecting retro games.
Like Spotify is
But it's not just for
alternative to having-
collectors.
Spotify is the alternative to having like 8 million songs on your computer and having to.
But Spotify is also free.
Well, we're
Well,
talking paid,
it's-
the paid
it's like
version.
the paid ones,
But I
the
think
paid ones.
probably the huge majority of Spotify users use the free version.
All right, then we'll talk
probably, but
Apple
some
Music.
Some people pay, yeah, like Apple Music.
Or
something
no
that
one uses
doesn't have-
Apple Music.
They have 15 million
Sure.
subscribers.
Yeah,
How-
the Apple
how many-
Music's huge.
How many users does fucking Spotify have?
Spotify has a free version. I don't know how many paid they have. Regardless, there's millions of people paying. I mean, I paid for Tribe. Or
Tidal.
Tidal. Jesus. Yeah.
That was foolish.
You can tell how much I loved the service.
I guess.
So,
I don't
okay.
think it would catch on quite the same with.
Would you prefer a single download service that's existed in the past, or would you prefer?
Yeah.
Because effectively, what this NES thing is a subscription service where, as long as you're subscribed to the $20 a year online game thing, you get these 20 NES games. So maybe they're just experimenting with it and seeing how it goes.
That's more what I was suggesting initially. That they're trying to use the absence of a virtual console to push you towards what is effectively paid online with limited subscription.
So here's what I mean. I would personally pay. I could see them having like a and this would be confusing as shit, but the $20 a year version and then like a $50 a year version that unlocks the library.
So you would
That's a
pay
lot.
$20 a year and not get all the games, and then you can pay $50 a year. I think that would
No,
piss
it would
a
be
lot
mixed.
of people
It would be
off.
mixed in. You pay $20 a year for the online service, or you pay like a premium. Maybe it's $40 a year, $30 a year, and that unlocks the classic library. But with like everything, not just NES.
That's gonna piss a lot of people off. I think. I don't know. I don't like online subscription. I think that it's the wrong way to go. But it seems to be the way that everybody's going.
Yeah. All right, I mean,
Agreed.
do we have any kind of closing thoughts?
Please bring us the virtual console.
Yeah, dude, just give me.
Take your head out of your own fucking ass. And
They know what's they don't have their head up their ass. They know what side their bread is buttered on, and they know the way that things are going. And if people take it, then
I don't even
they'll make
think
money
that.
off of it.
Yeah, for now, I don't think it's even a good long-term business strategy. But whatever.
Well, and this is also, Chris, I think you were saying, like this is kind of a new model. It's really not. Weren't they trying to do something like with, it was the Super Famicom or like the 64 add-on was going to have a network.
The disk drive?
Yeah, it was going to have a network subscription game service where you'd be able to download games.
So they did have that on the Famicom disk drive, but the Sega Genesis had a satellite device where you would pay for a subscription service.
Right, so this isn't new. This is even for Nintendo. This isn't new.
If you want to like abstract it to like 2017, you could look at the Xbox Game Pass where you pay $60 or $120 a year for.
And then you want to shoot yourself in the head?
No, you pay $120 a year for a bunch of Xbox 360, and Xbox One games.
You keep them though, don't you?
As long as you have the service, but once you unsubscribe from the service, you lose the titles. Jesus. It's the same as Spotify.
So, you pay $120 a year and you want to shoot yourself in the head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the flip side of the coin is you get to play every AAA release, as many as there are for Microsoft. Oh my God. I don't even know if you get 120.
Which is like all the ones on PlayStation except fewer.
You can play Sea of Thieves.
Are there too many games on PlayStation? Try Xbox.
Can't decide what game you want to play.
Half the games, but we still make you get a subscription service.
No,
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say something.
Okay, I mean, I think we're good. Like, I think we tackled this. I think we're a little upset overall. I think they could have just thrown in that nice good old VC like we were all used to. We were all happy. Everything was going good. Everything was going fine. They would still sell classic editions. I guarantee it.
No fucking question.
Well, that's what they want to do, in my opinion, at least. The subscription service, though, is a big thing for them, too. I don't think it'll go that well. I think there'll be a lot of pushback, but...
All right.
We shall see, right?
We shall see. Brian, what are the viewers going to see?
The viewers are going to see down in the comments section all sorts of people commenting whether or not they remember playing Tecmo Bowl with their dads fondly back in the day, because clearly none of us do. And make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and click the little ringy dingy up in the top right hand corner so you stay updated with all the cool shit we got going on here at the Cohesive Friendship Unit. That's all for me tonight, Chris.
All right, guys, you heard the man. We will catch you guys next time. See ya.